This thing, this guy right here, this has been one of the most popular products for streamers over the last couple years. I bet you it dies this year. Before we get started, I'd like to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of the video, Lenovo and AMD, and this bad boy, the Lenovo Legion 5 with AMD Ryzen 7 4800H mobile processor. And before we go into all the beefy specs of this thing, can we acknowledge something first? It doesn't look like a cliche gaming laptop, and I appreciate that. I think sometimes the jagged edges can look a little bit, I don't know, tacky. They just went with a super sleek design that I would feel comfortable bringing to business meetings, the airport, anywhere that's not a giant LAN party. So Lenovo, thank you for that. But moving on to the important stuff, what's inside? Coming stacked with a Ryzen 7 4800H and an NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti, this thing delivers not only an incredible gaming experience, but also a high quality streaming experience with the built-in NVENC encoder, allowing you to stream with minimal extra load on your CPU. With 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, the 1080p 144Hz monitor, and 8 powerful Zen 2 cores in the CPU, you will have no problem playing your favorite AAA titles with high refresh rates and high settings for a visually stunning experience. Plus, the sleek design makes this a gaming laptop you don't have to be embarrassed about when you go out in public. This laptop, along with a handful of other features such as Harman Kardon speakers, Dolby Atmos headphone support, a backlit True Strike keyboard, and a plethora of I/O, is available for you to buy at an affordable price at the Amazon link in the description below. Last year we did a video, actually it was literally 365 days ago, December 23rd last year, we did a video on gear that I would like to see released in 2020, and some of them actually happened. For example, one of my biggest pushes was that DSLRs, mirrorless cameras, you'd be able to connect the USB port to the computer and it would work like a webcam and charge it. And both Canon and Sony, and I want to say maybe Nikon, released software that allowed you to use their cameras as a webcam, and even Sony's allows you to charge while it's plugged in, so it's power and connectivity, which is really cool. It only does like 720p 30, so it's got a ways to go, but we have a dub. We got a win there. But one product in particular that I didn't actually ask for in the video came out, and I believe it's a bigger deal than people are giving it credit for, and I think it will change and kind of guide the way a lot of gear is made in 2021. I'm talking about the Elgato Wave microphone. And yes, I've covered it extensively on this channel. And yes, it's already a popular product. So why is this such a big deal? Well, Elgato took microphones and they did what Elgato does. They take a device that already exists and they combine it with software, push it together to create a product that's 10 times better than it was before. But because it's upgraded with software, it doesn't cost 10 times more in manufacturing to create. You wanna know why there isn't a GoXLR 2? Well, I mean, first off, the two guys that were like the creative geniuses behind it don't work for TC Helicon anymore. That's when they delayed it initially. But number two, the device just wasn't super profitable for them. It's a super high-end audio device for a market that is incredibly small. The streaming market is so much smaller than the professional audio market, where they make most of their gear and most of their profits. Plus, professional audio gear is expected to be expensive. This is my audio interface for recording, and it costs about $1,400. Would any streamer pay $1,400 for an audio device? No, they wouldn't. Not to mention 99% of streamers don't make any money. So here's this product with professional stuff, professional hardware inside of here, preamps, faders, everything is absolutely incredible, and you have to make it as cheap as possible to sell or nobody will buy it. And it's still $500. I knew the guys, they made hardly any profit off of this. It almost wasn't even worth it to make. This is why you don't see webcams that are more expensive than $200, because by the time you actually build a high quality webcam, you might as well market it to the masses of photography and make it a real camera. There's just not enough money to be made in pro devices that are specific to streaming. So why then is the Elgato Wave such a game changer? And you probably actually know the answer to this by now. But everything that's hardware in this device that you have to manufacture, like the faders, the I/O, the connectivity, is all placed in software now that connects to a USB mic that is $130. When you build the features into the software, you can make things a lot cheaper. And I think we're gonna see a lot of companies jump on board the device plus software combination. And I'm 100% on board with this because I think it's gonna make a lot of really cool devices. For example, I think we're just scratching the surface when it comes to audio devices like this. This microphone has been out for 6 months. I'm in disbelief that no other microphone company has developed and released their own Wavelink app software. That is the only thing that sets this apart from Blue microphones, HyperX microphones, whatever. They all sound great. This one just has software. Blue, HyperX, whatever, make an app. Or I'd love to see someone come out with a new hardware interface, a controller like the Stream Deck that has a little bit better controls for audio. Right now, this guy is controlled by the Stream Deck, which is great, but it's buttons, and buttons just aren't great at audio. I'd love to see something like a Stream Deck with faders or maybe knobs, since they won't take up as much space on the front. This thing is a chonky boy, not even just like, even the thickness. This thing is huge. Make little turn knobs. You know, something that's small, something intuitive. Maybe you have buttons and knobs or faders so that you can do like Stream Deck stuff plus audio stuff on it. I would love to see this year bring a whole slew of USB microphones that come with a software interface, and then also have a third party or some kind of little USB interface that controls the different channels like game audio, Discord audio, music audio, whatever. If we get that this year, I'll be happy. However, I do have 2 more things I'd like to see this year. First off, cameras. And you guys know I've been so disappointed in webcams for the past couple of years, and I've lost hope. I don't think we're ever gonna see a good webcam, and frankly, we've gotten to a point where I don't think we need it. Not only have we gotten a ton of cameras now capable of connecting directly to your computer and using as a webcam, and by the way, I would like to see that boosted up to 1080p 60. I think that would be a huge advance forward in that, and that would eliminate webcams almost entirely. The other thing is apps like Epoch Cam and other ones similar to it that allow you to turn your phone into a wired webcam so it's latency free and super high resolution. There will not be an affordable webcam ever released that's going to be able to beat the camera in your phone. Not only are these cameras, just hardware wise, much better than webcams, but there's also the entire processing unit inside here doing post-processing on the image and making it so much better with the software. Plus, you already have it. So I know your phone's not free, but because it was already in your pocket, you basically have a free webcam in there. I feel like using your phone as a webcam is a very underutilized tool, and I think the main reason for that is convenience. There's not a great Android app for it right now. Even the software app like the Epoch Cam, it's got a couple bugs here and there, and more importantly, there's not a convenient way to mount your phone. Yes, you can get a desk mount that has an iPhone thing, and every time you get ready to go, you can set it in there and look for the cable and plug it in, and there's a whole setup. You guys, we're the same. We like it there. I have cameras permanently mounted that I literally never take off because I don't want to set it up every time I go live. I think something as simple as an easy permanent mounting solution for phones. You can walk up, slip your phone in, it plugs into it, and then you're ready to go. That's all it takes. That would be a game changer, and everybody would start using their phones. I'd love to see that. And the last thing I would really like to see released in 2021, and I feel like it's a realistic expectation, and this isn't asking a ton. I have a mess of hardware on my desk. If you go from left to right, we've got a headphone mix amp that connects my wireless headphones to my system, a GoXLR, a GoXLR Mini, a Stream Deck XL, a smaller Stream Deck on my gaming PC, and then what is the other thing? And then there's the KVM sitting on the side. And I didn't even count the wire. Let's count the wireless phone charger. That's on the far left. I would like to see some of that stuff consolidated. Right now, control panels are, here's one for audio, here's one for this thing, here's one for this thing. I would like to see some modular devices that are extremely customizable. This could easily be put into a single device that takes up this much space on the desk. I'd like to see something more versatile like that. You know, just something with some I/O on the back, some buttons, some knobs, maybe some connectivity so you can have different kinds that you can snap together or whatever and make whatever you need. Instead of taking up this much of your desk, it takes up this much of your desk. That's the dream. So I pass this off to you. Which of the things that I mentioned, if you could pick one to come true, which one would you pick? Leave it in the comments down below. I'd like them all. But personally, that last one would be the biggest game changer for me. So I hope to see it. I hope you guys see what you want this year. And as always, happy streaming.